Hey team, I had mentioned previously that I would do a video of kind of how I put together presentation of how my listing is performing online for my agents. This is a great tool for when you've got a listing and you're not getting showings. Um, there are three components to a owner meeting you want to have. Every listing, you should have a weekly owner meeting. If you're on the market for more than 30 days, I think you move that to every 2 weeks after the first 30 days. But you need to proactively reach out to your owners and give them updates. And I'm very straightforward with my clients and say, hey, I'm calling with a no update this week. Haven't had any showings, but I do want to go over some other stuff for you. So I kind of, hey, it's not great news. And I'm putting that out there before we even get going on this conversation because, man, do I want to get some showings for your house? We're just not there right now. So that's kind of how the conversation starts when you don't have any good updates on showings. But I start with showings and any feedback if you did have showings, and then or a review of feedback if you shared feedback with them the day of or the day after the showing. Remind them you had that showing in the last week. And then from there, I talk about any new leads that inquired about the property but have not resulted in showings yet. So I will just have somewhere in notes. So I'm just using my email here as a note is like showings 0, lead agent inquiries 2. And so then it's like, hey, we didn't have any showings. We had 2 people inquire about it over the last week or 2, trying to get them set up for a showing. Hasn't happened yet. I'm staying engaged with the agent. So, a little note like that. And then the last part of it would be online. And so this is where this video is going to mostly come in handy for you, how I do the online. Online is going to be just Zillow. And what I tell people multiple times with my listing clients, but remind them at the start of this meeting is, hey, everything is about Zillow in this industry. It gets 10 times the traffic of every other website out there. Homes.com might be getting some traction on Zillow, but bottom line with data is you just need a substantial pool of what's happening to know the overall market of what's happening. And the amount of traffic on Zillow gives us more than enough data to know how your home's doing online versus your competition. And that's what we want to focus on. Is your home the home that gets the most interest on Zillow? If so, it's getting the most interest online. And that's the goal for every listing we have. How do we accommodate that? Or how do we reach that goal? Great photos, a good description, accurate details. Accurate details are going to come from MLS. Good description. You guys should be using AI if you're not already, just to draft something quickly and then go in and edit it and make it a little bit more personalized. Tell AI to make it personalized. Tell AI to make it like a story, but then you obviously want to be that final editor. So those 2 boxes are checked. You guys should be hopefully using professional photographers. They're 100% worth the investment. And then obviously you're standing out in the 3 most critical ways of any marketing out there. You've got a good story about the house, you've got accurate information, and you've got the best photos, video, and or virtual tour that you can offer. Floor plans, I think, are really important as well. So check those boxes. Then you're just kind of confirming with these meetings with your clients that in fact you're seeing the performance that you want to see. And if we have checked the box on the 3 most important things that make your home stand out on Zillow, that 4th box to check is the pricing. And this is where we can show them that, hey, we're doing everything we can to get this sold. And we stand out as a great option on Zillow. The problem is that we are not performing up to the standards of the pricing for the market conditions. So I'm using the Hackamore house that I had listed for a friend of mine, 625, and I have it pulled up here. So I will go and look at how it's been performing. So just copy this into my notes. You could literally write it down. That's usually what I do. I'm just doing it this way so that you guys get the visual aspect of this. Okay, so now I know how my house is performing. I want to go and review the competition. So I went in and I did for sale. I did bedroom bathroom count, and I did square footage for the house to come up with the under 10 is basically what I do. Under 10 listings that I would say are the houses that the person who has the highest likelihood of buying my listing is also looking at. So now that I've done that, then the next thing I want to do is kind of look through the photos. This one's not furnished, so already that's a negative compared to my listing, which I guess I should show you guys my listing real quick. Okay, not exciting, and mainly because the furnishing's not there. I will say 609 for a 3.3, 1,600 square feet. Pretty good, but it is, a generic house in a generic neighborhood with no lot. The house we have listed is on a half acre, so obviously we stand out with privacy. Let's see, backs up to natural forest, so there are really good things. But you can see like really warm, inviting pictures. Obviously, furnished does make a difference versus non-furnished as well, and you can see the character of the house. So we're beating that house. That's awesome. Let's see how this house is performing in 138 days online. You can see we're crushing this competitor. So I'll go through this process, this exercise. I guess it's being weird because it brought over some sort of metadata. Okay, so there's my comps. Comp 1, 138 days, we're on 11. We are absolutely destroying that house, and we can kind of see why. So I'll move on to the next one. So I'll go back to my search. I'll look at the next listing, and I will perform this process over. And again, now this one is listed, but it is the same basic house, same design, probably built by the same guy, and this is probably staged, would be my guess, just based on, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. So there you go. You can see this one presents more character. I mean, honestly, I think, nowadays, even doing staged AI furniture, as long as it's identified as such, I think that's not a bad idea. This one, you can see, has more views than the previous one in under the same amount of days, 33 days, 338 and 24 saves. So love it. We're definitely doing better. So I copy and paste that data as well and put it into my notes, and then move on to the next one and work my way down this list, looking at some of them. I might pick just 3 or 4 that are the absolute good examples to kind of show, hey, this is what's going on. This house, pretty unique. My guess is it's on some acreage, but it presents decent enough for what it is online. So curious to see. Here you go, 139 days online, 2,200 views, 66 saves. And I go back to ours. We are doing great, way better in 11 days versus the 139 days for this listing. So again, I like where we're positioned. This is the process. And then what I'll do is copy and paste this search. Copy and paste this search into the email, and I'll say current market comps, and highlight that and do a link there so they can actually see the comps I'm talking about. And then the last part I'll do is see about sold. And so I can apply this. And then the one thing you're going to want to do, got to redraw my map around sisters. you want to go in and set your date. Sold. Usually I'll do sold in the last 90 days because, and I might not do this every time. I might not find something every time, but I'm looking for things like, did something sell in the last month that used to be competition for us? And if so, why did it sell? Maybe there's something I can pick out and have that conversation. Hey, this one, sold, ours didn't. And the difference is the price. This thing, the people let it go for a little bit less. That doesn't help us, but it does need to be something that we need to factor for getting your home sold. So that's how you can use the closed in the conversation as well, in hoping that they understand what's going on, and that the decision for them is, hey, do we need to change this price, or can we continue to wait? So then I'd copy this as well and throw this in an email and said recent solds. And so they can see that as well. So you don't even need anything outside of public Zillow information to create something that is much more dynamic than just a call that says, hey, sorry, but we don't have any showings. We didn't have any inquiries. With the online traffic review, you have something to talk about and an idea of, hey, how do we get people through the door? Well, it starts with online, and then it moves to reaching out to us, and then it moves to getting the feet through the door. Online, we're doing great. We're getting a lot of attention. A lot of people are watching this property. We're not getting them to reach out to us. What could change that? The idea would be, hey, if we want to try an open house, we can try an open house, but open houses don't really work unless we have a little bit of a price adjustment with that. And because of these recently solds, that might be something we need to really think about. Maybe you guys want to take some time, discuss it. I'll call you tomorrow, see if it's something we want to do, if you don't want to make a decision right now. However that conversation goes for you guys. But you're giving them the data to help them make what is effectively an emotional decision. And you can't change emotion with facts or data, but you can give it to them so that they see you as a highly effective professional who's really watching the market and trying to understand what's going on with their house and how to get it sold for them. That's the process. Highly recommend it. And then what I would just have I'd have this set up with hey, here's the weekly review, little topic email. Here's the weekly review. I will send this off and call them right away, and then either leave a voicemail or and have that conversation with them and just say, hey, I just sent this email. Or by the time you do this a third or fourth time, hey, just sent the most recent update on what's going on with the house. Take a look at it when you can, or if you have a chance, pull it up while we're talking, let's do that, but I can talk through it as well. It's a great way to set up your owner meetings so that they're really engaging.